Welcome, friends, to the Cincinnati Razorback Room. And if you're not a friend, become a friend. Subscribe on my YouTube channel. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. I've had a few too many of these, I suppose, huh? The IBC cherry sodas. I love it. It's one of my faves. Anyway, welcome to the Cincinnati Razorback Room in beautiful downtown Siloam Springs, Arkansas. Going to have a great game for you today. It's part of the Star Power Baseball Challenge for January, just after Christmas. I hope you had a great Christmas and a wonderful New Year. The Star Power Challenge for this month is the team of the 1880s and the team of the 2020s. And I'll show you those here as soon as I get my fat, ugly face off of this video. But let me tell you a few things about Star Power Baseball. It's available for you anytime you want to purchase it. You just have to get in touch with me. I am me on Facebook. Star Power Baseball is the name of our group page. I'm Dennis. You can get a hold of me anytime. Email me at starpowerbaseball@hotmail.com. All right, enough of the commercial. It's time to do the video. So let's get this big ugly guy, shrink him down to size. You notice I'm going to be looking away a lot. Okay, there we go. Now, as you can see, we have the team of the 1880s. They're going to be the home team. And the team of the 2020s, they're going to be the visitors. You see me looking up a lot because I'm looking at screens. So I'm not really paying a whole lot of attention to you. Sorry, guys. I'm going to make myself even a little smaller so I'm in the center of the board. The main thing is what's happening on the game board. The lineup, well, let's just go with starting pitching. Starting pitcher for the 1880s is Tim Keefe. He's an S14 plus 3. So he's going to get 17 pips. 6, 12, and 5 is 17. He's a 3 respin pitcher, so I'm going to give him 3 respins. Okay. Our other pitcher is, who do we have? Paul Skeens. How can I not get Paul Skeens, man? Paul Skeens. He's an S6 plus 4, so he's going to have 10 pips. And I'm running out of dice. So I got 6, and that's my outs. So 4, that's 10. And he's got 4 respins, so I'm just going to put a 4 over there, and hopefully I don't need that many base runners. How about that? You got the score over here, the score over here, the outs here, the innings here. Let's go through the lineup real quick for the home team. Pete Browning plays first base and leads off. Tip O'Neill will be playing left field, batting second. Cap Anson, Anson's going to be, let me look here. Browning is a 1-5, center field. Cap Anson's going to be our first baseman. He's a 33. Dan Brothers is going to be our designated hitter. Sam Thompson is going to be in right field. King Kelly is going to do our catching. Fred Dunlap's going to be our second baseman. Pebbly Jack Glasscock is going to be out at shortstop. And Deacon White is going to play third base for us. So there's our lineup for the 1880s. I'm giving each manager 3 tokens to work with today. You saw I just moved the board out of the way. They're going to be running 3 tokens. That means that they're going to get, they're Hall of Fame managers, so they're going to get 3 whatevers they want. Okay, if I want to do 3 challenges, I can do 3 challenges because our managers are Hall of Fame managers from way back. Okay. Boy, I love black cherry soda. Let's talk about the 2025s. Leading off, Ronald Acuna Jr. Okay. Well, I guess I need to work this just a little bit. Hang tight, guys. I don't want to be left out of this. There we go. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Be back in the center there. Okay, there we go. Ronald Acuna Jr. leads off. Shohei Ohtani's going to be the DH. He's hitting in the 2-hole. Aaron Judge will be out in right field. He'll be at the 3-hole. Freddie Freeman's playing first base. He'll hit cleanup. Julio Rodriguez is in center field. He'll bat 5th. Jose Ramirez is at third base, hitting 6th. Corey Seager's our shortstop, hitting 7th. Cal Raleigh is our catcher, hitting 8th. He's going to have his hands full, 32 with these rabbits over here. And Ketel Marte is going to play second base for us and bat 9th. The game's 9 innings. Now, what's going to happen here, guys? This is what's going to happen in this game. I don't know how many of these games I'm going to play. That's the beauty of the Star Power Challenge for January. We're not setting rules. You got to play 4 out of 7. You got to play 2 out of 3. No, you play whatever you think you want to play. And I'm going to see how this is. If these two teams don't excite me, then one game's all I'll play. If they do, then we'll play another one. Okay? All right, we're going to start out and see if there's anybody going to get injured. Let me put the event card down here. You can see it. And we'll spin it. And it comes up a 4. We are having some serious issues with the lighting. So we're going to fix that right off the bat by killing the lights there and turning on these. Now let's see how that works. Does that make it a little better? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now let's try that event card again just to see how the glare looks now. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. It's like we knew what we were doing, isn't it? Yes, indeed. Let's try it on this spinner too. Yeah, that's perfect. The pictures look good. You can read that on the results on the skeins. Yeah, we got that. And then on the results on Tim Keefe, we have no trouble at all. Good. We're right on the money. Okay. All right, here we go. And you can see I'm looking up a lot because I'm looking at screens. I got screens everywhere. I got a screen there, screen there, screen there, screen there, and a game board here. All right. Tim Keefe's pitching to Ronald Acuna Jr., who's a sack 0. So they will play regular depth, general, normal defense for him. I'm playing on the Field of Dreams, Elysian Field from Hoboken, New Jersey game board. This is the game board that's the standard game board for the 2026 game. If you don't want a custom game board, you can get this. It's $10 less. Okay, let's go with Tim Keefe. He spins a minus walk hit. So if Acuna Jr. gets a hit or a walk, he's got to redo it. He spun a 2, right? Is that what he spun? It's a 2. That's a ground ball pulled. Acuna Jr. Now you also see I have my book. Oh, just dropped my pencil. Find the pencil. I know, I disappeared for a bit. This is my book here, and I keep batter respins in this book. And Acuna is going to use his first right now. He's going to use a respin. There it is. And he spins and looks like a 9. That's a walk. Okay, so we remove a pip from Tim Keefe. Acuna Jr. is a 45 base runner. So I'll take a 4. And a 5, put it over here on first base. So I have a base runner on first. I've got everything happening, man. Nobody out. As you can see, no outs, no score, first inning. That brings up Shohei. Shohei, 1-2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 1 Shohei's not a bunt threat. He's a threat to run. Catcher's good, but he's a 1-5. Acuna's not going to steal with Shohei batting. They're going to spin the pitcher. Here it goes. He spins a home run minus, so Shohei isn't going to hit it out on the first spin. Shohei spins. And he spins a 4. Shohei's going to use his respin. You see, I'm using them in the first inning here, man. I'm using them when I can. Why? Because I've got all kinds of players with respins. Shohei strikes out swinging. 1 away. That brings up Aaron Judge. Tim Keefe to Aaron Judge. We're going to hold that runner on. He's not going to run. Hold the base runner, though. Here goes Tim Keefe, spin the pitcher. He gets a walk minus to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge spins. And he spins a, looks like an 8. Yeah, that's an 8. That's a fly ball. Judge is going to use one of his respins. First inning, 3 batters, 3 respins. This time Judge spins a 3, right in the center of the 3. Okay, to do a 3, you take the 3 card right here, put it in, and you spin this card. Let's see what it comes up. Comes up a 1. Okay, so you go through here and you look at the card that's labeled 1. And it says, the ball is hit between the outfielders. Spin outfield card to determine locations. These outfielders collide and the ball rolls to the wall. Spin the 3 card again with the numbers on it. If the batter's S rating is equal to or more than the result, the batter has hit an inside the park homer. If the batter S rating is lower, then he is safe at third with a triple. All base runners score. So Aaron Judge, we have to find out his S rating. It's a 3. So a 3, 2, or 1, it's a home run. A 4 or a 5, it's a triple. And he spins a 4. So Aaron Judge just hit a triple on a 3 ball. I love this game. What just happened? So the ball goes out here somewhere, and the players collide. The ball rolls to a wall. Aaron Judge scoots around. He's a 35 plus. He scoots around to third base. So let me get those numbers out. Instead of a 45, he's a 35. Acuna Jr. scores, giving him 1 tally. And there's still 1 out because Shohei fanned. So you got 1 out, runner on third. Freddie Freeman is up. Freeman is not a threat to bunt, but he's a 35 plus base runner. They're going to concede the run and play the infield back. Here goes Tim Keefe spinning. Tim Keefe spins a B to Freddie Freeman. Freeman spins his card and spins a 13. Tim Keefe will use one of his respins to make Freeman respin his single. Freeman respins and gets a 14 as an infield pop-up. No advancement on that. You can't respin a respin, so that's 2 away. And that brings up Julio Rodriguez with a runner on third and 2 outs. So they'll play deep. Rodriguez will not bunt. Spin. Oh, by the way, he loses another pip. I forgot to do that. He's down to 13, 12, 15. Spin the pitcher. The pitcher spins an F. Julio Rodriguez has 1 respin. He will not use that respin with 2 outs. That's the 3rd out. And the score at the end of 1 inning is 1 for the 2020s, 0 yet to bat for the 1880s. Pete Browning's the leadoff hitter, sack 155. The infield will play in at third base right here. Jose Ramirez is playing on the grass for the bunt. Spin the pitcher. Skeens spins a strikeout. That's 1 out. Second batter up is Tip O'Neill. Sack 145. Again, the third baseman will be in. Spin Paul Skeens. Paul spins a B. He'll use a respin. His respin goes to a B. Can't respin a respin. Tip O'Neill. Here he goes. The tip spins a 3. There it is. Look at that. You got a 3. That's 2 of them in this game. Well, we know how that's played. We take the 3 card and start it in the spinner. Spin it, and it lands on the 4. On a 4, right here's the 4. Batter hits a shallow looper to the outfield. Spin the outfield card to see where it goes. Okay, so we're spinning the outfield card to see where it goes. Okay, it goes to the center fielder. Spin again and use the following results. My result is a P3. The outfielder is Julio Rodriguez, who made the last out. He is a CFP2, so he loses. The 1880s team gets to choose between the M and the A. The A is batter save at second. All runners advance 2 bases. They'll take that. So, you have a double for Cap Anson. Lose a pip off of Paul Skeens. Cap Anson is a 55 base runner. He's on second base. And that's how the game's going. And we're in the first inning. Okay. Next up, Danny Brothers. Danny Brothers is up. He is a sack 145. Once again, they're going to play in at third. These rabbits are something to see. However, Cap Anson says, I'm going to steal third base. Get a runner over there with 1 out. That's just as good as a run. Stealing bases on the inner circle now for third base. It says C12. And that's Cal Raleigh. Let's see what Cal Raleigh is. Cal Raleigh is a C32, so it's an X. That's an out. Paul Skeens regains a pip, one of his pips. That's 2 outs. Dan Brothers, excuse me. Cap Anson, Pete Browning. Tip O'Neill's up still with 2 outs. He spins. No, you got to spin the pitcher. Spin the pitcher. I have home run minus. A 6 is a grounder up the middle. There's no danger on the middle infield right there. Everything's fine. So that is an error spin. With 2 outs, you always do an error spin, or with nobody on. Error spins first, and it is not an error. It's not on that E, so that's the 3rd out in the inning. Normally, if it was a 1-2-3 inning, we would give back a respin. However, it is not, so we don't do that. I am going to change something here real quick. Hope you guys don't mind. I'm going to change that to this, so I get that static out of there. Been getting feedback, don't like feedback. So now I'm better off. Okay, so we go to the 2nd inning with the score 1-0. All right, Tim Keefe spinning him. Nobody on this team over here is going to bunt the ball. He gets an H, a walk hit minus, Respin him if he gets a walk or a hit. Jose Ramirez spins, and he spins a 12-3 line. Jose's a switch hitter. He gets to choose. We just got another 3. This is the coolest game. I love the 3. 3's my favorite number. Okay, here we go. What do we get? We get a 4, so we know that means spin the outfield card. See where it lands. See who fields it. It's between these two fielders. Center fielder's going to make the play. Respin it again. Take the result. And the result is, looks like M. It is M. And an M says, batter safe at first. So we just got a single out of that one. Tim Keefe loses a pip. A single for Jose Ramirez, who is a 45 plus. I need to make that a 4 and a 5. Lost a pip. All right. Then that brings up Corey Seager, shortstop. Okay, let's they're not going to strike a lot of people out. Let's hit and run with Corey Seager. He's one of our fewer strikeout guys. They're hit and run. The result on the hit and run is an F, which is a foul ball, spin the pitcher. Tim Keefe spins and spins an F. Seager will not make him respin that. That's 1 out. No error spin taken with a runner on first unless there's 2 outs. Cal Raleigh up. Will not send the runner. Raleigh strikes out a lot. Tim Keefe spins a home run minus. And with 1 out, Cal Raleigh spins a 12. That's an oppo grounder. Cal Raleigh will not use his respin yet. With 1 out, yes he will. Raleigh will use his respin. Using a respin. And he spins a 10, a strikeout. That's 2 outs. That brings up Ketel Marte. Okay, we ready here? Let's just go with a full count, hit and run. On this one here, anything except batter misses pitch and the runner's off on the pitch. We just got a P, P spin the pitcher, so it's not a misses pitch. Ketel Marte's in the slot. Tim Keefe spins. He gets a B. He spins. And Ketel Marte spins a 12. That's a ground ball. He'll use his respin. And Ketel Marte spins a 6. That's a ground ball. We take an error spin. The error spin does not land on an error, so that is 3 outs. Erases the base runner, and we move to the bottom of the second. 1-0 still. That brings up Dan Brothers, Big Dan Brothers. He is a sack 145. Again, Jose Ramirez will play in. Here goes Paul Skeens. Skeens spins a B. He will use a respin. So Skeens respins his card. And again, spins a B. So far, the respins haven't really worked real good for the pitchers, real well. Danny Brothers gets a, looks like a 4. He's going to use his respin. One of his 2. Here goes Dan Brothers spinning. A 6 is a ground ball, error spin. And we do not make an error, so there's the first out of the inning. Sam Thompson's up again. Sack 144. Jose's in again. Paul Skeens throws, rocks, kicks, fires. and spins looks like a G. Sam Thompson will not use a respin. There's an error spin. And we do not have an error, so that's 2 outs. And that brings up King Kelly, who's a sack 155 plus. They will not play in for the catcher. Could be a mistake because King Kelly is going to try to drag bunt the ball. Let's see what he does. It is a sack 2. He's a sack 1. So they get their choice over here. They get their choice of ball on the ground or foul. They'll take the foul. Spin the pitcher. 2 outs. Paul Skeens spins an F. Spin the error spin. And do we have an error? It looks like, boy, that's a tough call right there. Tough call. Looks like an E line home field advantage. That will be an error, and the error is on. Whoa, hold on. They're going to use one of their tokens, one of their 3, to use their bench coach to respin the strategy card. And here it is. And that time it's not on the error. So that's the 3rd out. We go to the 3rd inning. However, that was a 1-2-3 inning for Paul Skeens. So he gets back or gains a respin. We're now in the 3rd inning. Skeens pitching, or no, Tim Keefe pitching. They're going to warm up in the bullpen with another pitcher, and they're going to warm up. Let me find somebody good, somebody fun. Bob Carruthers is going to get up in the bullpen. So I put him up there knowing he's in the bullpen. He needs 13 spins to get loose, boys, because he's an S13. He needs 13 spins to get warmed up. Oh, I love this game. All right, that brings up the leadoff man starting the order over, 2nd time through, Ronald Acuna Jr. Tim Keefe spins, minus walk. Ronald Acuna Jr. spins a strikeout. Do I want to use my batting coach? Acuna's got a respin left. I'm not going to use him right now. 1 out. That brings up Shohei, who fanned last time after using a respin. He gets another home run minus. He spins and gets a walk. So Shohei walks. Keefe does have a walk minus. They do have a pitching coach. They will not use it at this time. They'll let Shohei on first base. Shohei is a 45 plus. So he's on first base with 1 out. Black cherry soda. That brings up Aaron Judge. Shohei holds the bag at first. They're holding him on. Tim Keefe will lose a pip. Tim Keefe spins a home run minus to Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge spins what looks to me like a home run, but the home run minus takes it away. Spin him again. And he spins a 9. That's a walk. So he moves up to second base. He loses a pip. Take that off and put the 3 over here for him. Okay, Judge gets at first base. He's at 35. There we go. So you got 2 speedsters on with Freddie Freeman up. The 2 runners on base are going to hit and run with Freeman up. Freeman's a good contact hitter. So we're going to hit and run with Freddie Freeman. Let's see how this works out. And he gets an X. Lead runner is picked off. Picked him off. Now, these are Hall of Fame managers. I can use a respin on that strategy card, and they're going to do that. That's their second one. They're down to one left. The respin the strategy card. It's a hit and run. This time they get a D. Oh my goodness, it goes from bad to worse. A D on a hit and run is a line drive. Fielder makes a diving catch, rolls over on the base. That's a double play. Getting a pip back for Tim Keefe. The runners are all retired. That's 3 outs. Yeah, Freeman he goes from getting picked off on a controversial call to line drive double play. Oh goodness. Okay. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and we got Fred Dunlap up. Fred's a sack 143. Jose in again. Here's Paul Skeens pitching the third inning. And he records a home run minus H line. I don't know what's causing the feedback, guys. Just kind of crazy. Righty to righty, he will take the hit minus, H minus from Skeens to Freddie Dunlap. Dunlap spins an 11. That's a double. That's a respin. Hit minus. And this time it's a 10. That's a strikeout. 1 down. That brings up Pebbly Jack Glasscock. He's a 245 plus. They'll play in at third. And Pebbly Jack says, guys, we got to do something to get this Skeens guy going out of here. Let's try to drag bunt. So Ramirez is in at third. He's a sack 245 plus. Here we go. That lands on the sack 2. Ball's on the ground. Inner circle. The inner circle, it lands on that first space right there by the G. S5. Okay, that's crucially important. Is Ramirez an S5? He is an S4. Oh. So the offense gets to choose between safe and out, and they're going to take safe. So Pebbly Jack bunts his way on. He's a 45 plus. And Skeens loses a pip. Kind of cool. We're getting feedback. I like it. Though I've got it on headphones. It shouldn't be giving us any feedback, but it is. I can't help that. That brings up Deacon White, who is a sack 121. Okay, so our hitter is going to stay in the box. They're holding him on, but he's going to try to steal second base. We're going to get the stealing bases card. Remember, Cal Raleigh's behind the plate. He's already thrown 1 out. We got a 45. It lands on the A1. That's a win for the offense. Steals on Cal Raleigh. Deacon White's still up to bat. Got a B. Here's the swing. And we got a 6, which is a grounder up the middle. Deacon White will use a respin. Here he goes. His only respin. He's third baseman. And the Deacon gets a single anywhere. Let's see where it's to. The ball is hit to center field. The runner will try to score. The center fielder will throw the ball to second base. There will be no throw. And Deacon White drives in a run. He's at 21 and he stops at first base. Skeens loses another pip. And we remove the score. And it's 1-1. We're in the bottom of the third. How about that, man? The stolen base, running from second to home. The Rabbits scored the run. That's going to force with 8 pips, 3 respins left. Skeens loses another pip. That's down to 7. They're going to warm up. Let's go with Logan Webb. Get a little long relief in there. And let's get a lefty up also with Blake Snell. So Logan Webb and Blake Snell are both warming up in the pen for the 2020 All-Stars, All-Decade team. And that brings up the leadoff hitter, Pete Browning, sack 155. This time, instead of Jose moving, the first baseman, Freddie Freeman, will hold the runner at first. Okay. Pete Browning says, spin the pitcher. Skeens spins. And spins a minus walk hit. Pete Browning spins. And he spins a 4-3 line. He's a righty. Skeens is a righty. And they think, do I burn a respin with Browning? And the answer is yes. Browning's going to use a respin. It was either that or challenge the play. And I didn't challenge the play here because the odds of winning on a challenge are less than if I respin the guy. So I'm going to respin the batter. Respinning Pete Browning. And he gets an 8. That's a fly ball. That's 2 outs. So the respin didn't do much there. Cop Anson, they're going to do a full count. Hit and run. Anything but batter misses pitch. And the base runner is going. Hit and run, full count. The base runner is running. Spin the pitcher. Paul Skeens spins a B. He will respin that. Trying to get that K, baby. What's he get? An F. That's 3 outs if you don't make an error. Did they do it? Did they kick it? No, they didn't. They just missed it, man. Boy, that's close. Look at that. Boy, that's right there. That's right there. I'm looking hard at it. That is, I'm going, guys. Oh, I spun the wrong card. Spin the outfield card. Not an out, not an error. 3-away. But they did score, and we're now in the 4th inning. Isn't this great, man? This is a great game, isn't it? Okay, we're in the 4th inning. Julio Rodriguez is up. Rodriguez has not used his respin, and he's their best center fielder. So here we go. Tim Keefe spinning the pitcher, spinning the batter. We got a B by Keefe, and the batter spins a double. Tim Keefe says, burn a respin. Make him respin that double. Julio respins and gets a, what did he get this time? An 8 fly ball. See if there's an error. Wrong spinner. Spin the outfield card. And not an error, so 1 down. Now up is Jose Ramirez, the guy who's been doing more running than anybody in the game. Here he goes. What's he got? He got a minus homer to a 9. That's a walk. Okay, Jose Ramirez gets a walk. He's a 45 plus. Lose a pip. Okay, he's down to 12 pips and a respin. Skeens is 7 pips and 2 respins. This is a battle of the starting pitchers, isn't it? I'm telling you. Okay, and we're only in the 4th inning. Wow. Corey Seager, hold the runner on. Jose's going to try to steal. The catcher is a 1-5. So we're going to steal second base. Catcher's a 1-5. What do you got there? Looks like a C1-4. You've got one token left for your bench coach. I think they're going to save it. They're going to call him out at second base. Gain a pip back, which I never took off of him to begin with. So he's down to 12. But 2 outs. Okay. That brings up Corey Seager with a strike on it. B. 13 is what it looks like to me. It is. It's a 13. 1-5 on first base. There will be no respinning that. Okay. Lose a pip. Down to 11. Okay. Cal Raleigh, man of the hour right here. Couldn't throw the guy out at second. He still has a respin? No, he does not. We're going to pinch hit for Cal Raleigh in the 4th inning. We're going to pinch hit with Kyle Tucker. Free agent on the market right now. And our new catcher is going to be Mookie Betts, yeah. Who's our new catcher? Come on. Will Smith. It's going to be our new catcher. Okay, so Kyle Tucker's pinch hitting with 2 outs. Runner on first. And what do we get? A G. Kyle Tucker will make him respin that. Okay. Respin the G for Tim Keefe, and he gets a home run minus. Kyle Tucker spins. A 4, he'll use his second respin. That's why he got up. He's got 2 respins. Here he goes. Second respin. That's what you got to use. And he gets an 8. That's a fly ball. See if it lands on the error. It does not. And that is 3 outs. So, no runs there. By the way, we're in the 5th inning now. I believe we are. If I miss one, I miss one. So what? Okay. We're now up here. Skeens pitching in the 5th. He's a 6th inning starter. We got bullpen ready. Both bullpens are ready. Tip O'Neill. Spin Paul Skeens. Infield's in at 3rd. Skeens gets a minus walk, minus hit. Here goes Tip O'Neill. And he spins an 8. He will use a respin. He's got 2. Might as well use them. We're in the 5th inning. And that's a 4 fly ball. See if it's an error. Doesn't look like it to me. So that's 1 away. Okay, next batter up is Dan Brothers. Brothers has used a respin. He's a sack 145. They're in at 3rd again. Skeens spins. He spins a B to Big Dan Brothers. Big Dan Brothers spins a 13. That's a single. Skeens will use a respin, making him respin it. Big Dan spins. Oh, what's he got? 13. That's a single. Dan's a 45. Loses a pip here. And the bullpen's loose. They're about to get to Skeens there with respins, but he's got 6 pips left. 45 with 1 out. They're going to steal second base. You got to do it, guys. If you don't, that's why we got the last run. You got a new catcher in there, is Will Smith. I got a C14 this time. And Will Smith is C4-1. So he's not a 1-4, he's a 4-1. That means he is safe. He gets to choose between safe and out. Chooses safe. Safe ball. Safe. Okay. Still one out. Runner on second. Sam Thompson, sack 144. Again, play in at third. Skeens loses a pip, though he doesn't, it's just stolen base. Skeens spins. A walk hit minus. That's about as good as you can get, man. Sam Thompson spins a 6. He will use his respin, one of the two. Here he goes. Sam Thompson's second spin. Looks to me like a base hit. Let's see where it's to. It is hit to left field. Home field advantage, so it's going to go to left field. We're going to score if we can. Their left fielder is Ronald Acuna Jr., who is a 32, a 3-2 left fielder, but in a tie game in the 5th, they're going to try to throw home. He's a 3-2, he's a 4-5. Here's the play, and look what happened right there. We got an E. They're going to use their third chip, fielding bench coach, and they got an S4. He is an S4, he scores. Sam Thompson's an S4, he takes second base. And the lead is now 2-1. Skeens loses a pip. And the bullpen's really heating up now, because here comes King Kelly with Fred Dunlap on deck and Pebbly Jack Glasscock after him. Okay. Infield is in at third for King Kelly. Skeen spins a beat. King Kelly spins a 2. That's a grounder. He'll get his first respin. Here he goes. King Kelly spins. What does he get? A 2. That's a grounder. And it's a pulled grounder. Kelly's a right-hander, goes to this side. Location spin first. So it goes to third baseman. If it lands on a color, it's something. Oh, would you look at that? No more managerial tokens. That's an error on the third baseman. Jose Ramirez, who's been kicking it around all day, finally kicks it around. Skeens loses another pip. And we have first and third with one out with Fred Dunlap up. Dunlap's a sack 143. And the infield is in at the corners, back at second and short, trying to play for the double play. Let's go. Spin the pitcher. Oh boy, that you can't stop. That's a strikeout. 2 down. Skeens reaches back and grabs that puppy right there, dude. Woo! Okay, Pebbly Jack Glasscock, 245 plus. Here we go. Infield's back with 2 outs. What do we got? That's a G. They're going to make, okay, Jack Glasscock's going to use his respin to make Skeens respin that. They're trying for a run here. And Skeens gets a strikeout for the third out. Did not strike out the side. We go to the 6th. And if I missed an inning, I missed an inning. Hey, it happens. I'm not going to worry about it. Wow. God, I'll tell you, I need a drink. Oh, man. What a ball game, huh? 2-1. 2-1. All right, that brings up Ketel Marte. He's used the respin, so they're going to pinch hit for Ketel Marte. The new second baseman is going to be Brandon Lowe, and the pinch hitter is going to be Yordan Alvarez. And old Tim Keefe looks at him and says, yeah, let's go. Here we go. A Z is a wild pitch, so if Yordan strikes out, he goes to first. Let's do it. I see a 7. He'll let that, oh, do you make him respin? But Yordan's got a home run that's big as Dallas. Oh man, what would you do? I'm gonna let him have his base hit. He's a 1-1. Brandon Lowe's a 2-5 plus. So I'm gonna pinch run with Brandon Lowe, who's a 2-5 plus. Alvarez does his job, gets a base hit. Lowe's in, lose a pip here. Down to 10. Nobody out. Ronald Acuna Jr., he's used one of his 2 respins. Hold the runner, he's not going to steal. Here's the run right here, and I get a G. Acuna is using his second respin. Saying, respin that, dude. Here he goes. Respinning that. Or no, respin the G, my bad. You're not you yet. And look, he gets another G. Let's see where it's to. No error spin on this, because there's a result spin. Ball's hit to the second baseman. Second baseman gets it up, and if he's a P5, you twisted 2. Let's look and see what old Fred Dunlap is. He's a P5 R4 that landed on the P5. So boys and girls, that's a double play right there. Eliminates you, goes to 2 outs, gains back a pip, and Acuna, even with a respin, using his second respin, that's his second out of the inning. Shohei's up. Homered last time on a foul ball, huh? Here he goes. Tim Keefe. I see an F. Shohei's going to use his second respin here in the 6th inning with 2 outs. I usually don't do that, but I don't want to I don't want to leave it on the table. And his second respin results in a 10-7 line. That'll be a single. They're going to use their first pip, their first token, and challenge. They're going to challenge a 10-7 line using the event card. First spin is the challenger. And you get an 8, isn't that right? Yeah, an 8. So anything 8 or higher, the call on the field stands. 7 or lower, the call on the field is overturned. They got a 4, 6, 4. Got a 4. So the call on the field is overturned. It's a strikeout for the 3rd out. Shohei down. And the inning is over. Heavy duty inning. Skeens is in the 6th. He's got 4 pips and 1 respin remaining. Bullpen's hot and ready. Skeens, go for it. I love this card, man. I want to use that card as much as I can. They're in at the corners for Deacon White. Sack 121, they're in at 3rd. Minus walk, minus hit. Deacon White goes to a, what do you got? A 12. It's a ground ball, Oppo. He is a right-hander, so it goes Oppo. No error. No need to spin the location. Spin 1 down. Brings up Pete Browning, the leadoff hitter, 155. Jose's back in at 3rd. Skeens spins a B. Pete Browning. He's a biggin. He spins a 2. Browning's used 1. This is his second respin. And Browning walks. And he's a 55. Oh boy. They're going to steal second base. Anytime they get the chance, dude. You're a fool not to. You got a Will Smith back there. I think he's a 4-1. He's not throwing many people out. A2. He's an A5. Steals. Safe. Cap Anson. What do you got? That's an F. Anson has not used a respin. He does now. Skeens. Well, you got a B? Ha ha. Cap Anson with a runner on second. Here we go. What do you get? That's a double. Skeens uses his final respin. Anson spins his game again. What do you get? Ooh, that's a triple. He goes from bad to worse. That's the second time that that's happened to this team. That's the second time that that's happened. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe this. Okay, that's 3. He scores. Anson is a 33 at second base. And that's going to do it for Paul Skeens. We're going to take him out. He lasted 5 1/3. And we're going to bring in Logan Webb. Logan is a 6'2", so he's going to get 8 pips and 2 respins. And now they're going to really put some bullpen heat to him. They're going to get up some serious bullpen. Josh Hader's getting up. Edwin Diaz is getting up. So here in the 6th inning, with the score 3-1, the heavies are up in the bullpen, the big nasties. If you don't think those are nasty, guys, all you got to do is look at that. Let me move Hader in so you can see him. All you got to do is look at those cards. I'm not even going to talk about that. Put him back in the bullpen. All right. Tip O'Neill, sack 155, right? 145. Jose's going to move in. And they say spin the pitcher. Logan Webb spins. Tip O'Neill's up. Webb spins a Z. That's a wild pitch, boys. Whoosh, goes to third, spin the batter. Infield is now completely in. There's Tip O'Neill's spin right there. And what does he get? Look at that, guys. You can't make him respin that. Logan Webb's first pitch is launched by Tip O'Neill. Tip O'Neill launches it into the center field seats for a 2-run shot. Oh my goodness, that's 5 now. 5 and still only 1 out. Lose a pip over here. You deserve to lose a pip on that. And I deserve a drink of some cherry soda. Gotta love this game. You gotta love this game. Okay, nobody on. 1 out, Dan Brothers, a 145. Let's try something different. Let's bring the first baseman in. Okay. Try something different because bringing Ramirez in had not been helping anything. Big Dan. Well, you got 2. Brothers has used 1 respin. Here comes his second right here. That's a 6 ground ball middle. See if there's an error. And no error made on that one. So that's 2 outs. That brings up Big Sam Thompson. Look at the double and triple on this dude. Here goes Logan Webb. What do you got? A walk minus. He'll use one of his respin. No, he's going to keep that walk minus. Sam Thompson. What? Again, that's like 5 of those this game. A 3. All right, we know the drill, right? The 3. Let's find the card. Here's the card. All right, what do we get? A 4, spin the outfield card. It goes to left field. Let's see what happens. P2 on the left fielder. P2. Aaron Judge is in right. Ronald Acuna Jr. is in left. Acuna's a P3, so he'll choose between M and E. Isn't that correct? Yes. He'll take the M. It's a single. Base hit. Lose a pip. Sam Thompson is a 44. And that brings up King Kelly, the Kingmeister. King Kelly in the bottom of the 6th inning where he knocked out Paul Skeens. King Kelly, 5-1 is not a big lead. They're going to steal second on Will Smith. This team will run all they can. A3, he's a 4-2. Safe or hold, they'll take the hold because they were holding him on. He drops 2 points. So spin the pitcher. King Kelly is the batter, and you get a strikeout. And that's 3 outs. But they scored a couple or 3 runs, and now we go to the 7th inning. Whew. I'm about worn out. This game's killing me, man. Okay. Tim Keefe is staying in the game. When you're pitching that well, why wouldn't you? But they're going to warm up another pitcher. They're going to warm up John Clarkson out there in the bullpen. He needs 15 spins to warm up, which is about 2 innings. Tim Keefe. And we get a B to Aaron Judge. Aaron strikes out, 1 down. They got no more manager pips, baby. They're out. 2 left on the home team. Freddie Freeman up. Freeman has not used a respin yet. There goes Freeman. He gets a walk hit minus. So let's see what he's got. Freddie gets a walk. That's a minus walk, so he's got to do it again. And this time he gets a 13. That's a single. Lose a pip. Freeman's a 35 plus. With 1 out, here comes Julio Rodriguez. Has not used his respin. Here we go. Tim Keefe spins a G. Rodriguez is going to use his respin. Making Tim Keefe respin his card. He spins a walk hit minus. Julio spins a walk. That's a minus walk. A 13 is not. Oh, yes. Base hit. They'll play conservative. It's 45 plus. And that's going to be all for Tim Keefe. No, it's not. He's going to still pitch. We take a pip off of him. If I did, I took another one. He's got 20 of them. It doesn't matter. 1 out, 2 on. Jose Ramirez is up. A G. Ramirez has not used a pip. He will use his pip. Respin. Jose Ramirez makes Tim Keefe respin. He spins a B this time. Remember, Tim's got a respin also. What do you got? A big fat K. 2 down. That brings up Corey Seager. Seager has not used a respin yet. Spin the pitcher. What do you got? A B. Spin the batter. With a 4-run lead, he's not going to risk it. Let's just do it. And that's a strikeout. So, The inning's over. He did not strike out the side, though. And that's 3 away. Bottom of the 7th, they're going to take Logan Webb out. Did a good job. Gave up a home run. They're going to bring in Edwin Diaz. He's a 1-4. It gives him 5 pips. And 4 respins. They're going to get another bullpen pitcher up. And that pitcher is going to be Razel Iglesias. And there's another one of those holy cows. Okay. Fred Dunlap from Edwin Diaz. Edwin Diaz is going to let the third baseman come in. Fred Dunlap is going to try to drag bunt. And the spin is sack 2. He's a sack 1. So the defense chooses between X and F. They'll take the X. That's 1 out. Ground out. Second batter up is Jack Glasscock, who has used his respin, so don't worry about where that landed. I don't care. They're going to pinch hit for Pebbly Jack. First, they've got to pick a new shortstop. That's going to be Jack Rowe. The pinch hitter is going to be Roger Connor. And they're in for him on a 233. Sack 2 with infield's in third. You got an H minus coming from Rizel. His H minus results in respinning a double. Oh my. And he gets a 2. That's a grounder. Let's see if it's an error. It is not. That's 2 outs. Brings up the catcher, Deacon White. Deacon has not used his respin. And you get a B, is that correct? He's going to respin that. A B again, Deacon White. A double. He's going to make him respin that. Fly ball. No error. 3 outs. We move to the 8th inning. Oh boy. Hoo-hoo, Will Smith. Tim Keefe staying in the game. Edwin Diaz is done. He did his 1-inning job. I do that so that I remember to take and put a new one in. Will Smith up in the top of the 8th inning. Tim Keefe still pitching. I got a B. Here goes Will. And that's a strikeout. 1 down. Here goes Brandon Lowe. He's got a respin. Has not used it. I see a home run minus. Strikeout for 2 outs. Holy cow. Ronald Acuna Jr. has used both his respins. They're going to pinch hit for Ronald Acuna Jr. with Mookie Betts. And Betts will go in and play right field. Judge will move over to left. He's a 52 in right field. Spin the pitcher. He's sack 0. Pitcher spins a B. Mookie Betts spins a strikeout. Holy cow. Okay, here's the new rule. Check this out. That's 3 up and 3 down. And it's 3 strikeouts. So he struck out the side on a 3 up and 3 down. And he is the starting pitcher. And he's rated S. He gains 2 respins. So now this guy is as good as most anybody in the game. He's as good as Paul Skeens almost, just to start. And he's already pitched 8 innings. Wow. And we're in the bottom of the 8th now. And here comes Josh Hader. He's also a 4-1. Gives him 5 pips. 4 respins. And he's going up against Pete Browning. Browning has used both of his respins, but he is my best center fielder at a 1.5, I do believe. Let me double check. I've got Gore at 1.5. Well, I've got a 55 with Paul Hines. I'm going to pinch hit for Pete Browning with Paul Hines and bring him in for defense. Hines is a 145, and Josh Hader says, yeah, bring it on, and he says, good, I'm going to drag bunt on you. Last time we tried this, the third baseman made a great play and threw us out. So this time, sack 3, that's a foul ball, he's a sack 1. So, strike 1, Josh Hader to Paul Hines. Hines is up, strike 3, 1 down. That was short-lived. Cap Anson. It's up. Spin the pitcher. Anson will say, not going to bunt. That's an HW, right? Or no, HH. Let me look at that shot. Oh, yeah, it's an HH. And HH means 5. Oh, he's going to respin that. You can't have that. He's going to try for that K or H minus. That's what he needs. He's got a B. That comes out to a... Oh, is it? No, it's an infield pop-up. But Anson will use one of his respins. That's his second one. And here he goes. Second respin for Cap Anson is a single. Okay, he's a 33. Takes him down to 4. Cap Anson will be, I believe I can pinch run for him. I think I got a good first baseman over here that's a little bit faster, maybe. Or I might have burned him. I did, I burned him. Pinched hit with him. Yep, can't do it. Okay, so Anson's on. It's 33. Pip off a Hader, he's down to 4. 1 out. Let's hit and run. No, let's just straight up steal second base. You got Will Smith. He's a 4-1. He's not going to throw you out. Unless it lands on that X, you're fine. Okay, I have throws left pitcher or a line. What do I have? Let's make sure what it is. Throws left pitcher, he is a throws left pitcher, so X. They have a strategy managerial change there. Second token, respin that. And here's the respin, and it is S4. He's out. Hader gains his pip. So the respin went from out to out. That's 2 away. Still Tip O'Neill, spin the pitcher. And that's a B. Tip O'Neill spins. That's 12. O'Neill, second respin. And that's a base hit. O'Neill's a 45. Lose that pip again. Hader's playing with that pip. Now Dan Brothers, we're going to hold him on. He's not going to run with 2 outs. Hader spins, respin that. And he spins a, looks like a B to me. That's an H minus. Dan Brothers, he's used both respins, so I can't read it. I can't hit for him. 12 is third. That's an oppo. He's holding him on. He's a righty. If it lands on the, well, first you do an error spin. There's 2 outs. There's the error spin. It's not an error. Now, if it lands on first base, that's a base hit, and we'll have first and third. Not happening. All right, guys. We're going to the 9th inning. And I'm leaving that pitcher in, man. Wouldn't you? Don't you think? Don't you think you'd leave Tim Keefe in the ball game? He's got 9 pips and 3 respins left, and you don't have to test until the 14th or 15th inning. Why would I leave him? Why would I take him out? He's pitched you got 1 run off of him so far. Now, granted, you got some big nasties coming up. Shohei has no respins left, so they're going to pinch hit for Shohei. And they're going to use Bryce Harper to pinch hit for Shohei, the DH. Okay, so Bryce Harper is coming in to pinch hit. Tim Keefe, what's he got? Home run minus. Harper struck him. What do you got? Yeah, struck him out. That's a 10. Holy cow. Is that on the 10? Yeah, it is. One down. That's 4 straight strikeouts. Okay, here's Aaron Judge. Judge has 1 respin left. And he gets a GB line. All right, Keefe gets the lines. Keefe gets the lines. It's a righty to a righty. He's going to take the G. Spinning for an error. They have 1 token left over here. No error. Judge has a respin. Oh, hold on. Judge has a respin. He's going to use it to make him respin the G. Okay, I knew I was doing something here. Respin the G. Spinning the G, it turns into a B. That's what you do. There you go. Spinning Judge. A 7. That is a 7. Yeah. What do we do? We allow that hit to happen. That's what we do. Judge pretty fast, but they're not going anywhere. He's a 3-5. With 1 out. Freddie Freeman. And Freeman has yet to use a respin. He hadn't had a chance. Here he goes. Holding the runner. That's a G. Freeman will use his first respin. Respinning that. They made him respin a G a minute ago. Oh my goodness, that's a ground ball. Where's it to? This is a where's it to call. That ball is a G to the second baseman. They've replaced the second baseman with Fred Dunlap's a 54. It's on the P4 line double play. No more respins. Don't need the respin. It's a double play home field advantage. This ball game, my friend, is over. Final score 5-1. All right, let's do a little analysis. First of all, not counting pitcher respins. Now I know we used a bunch of pitcher respins. Acuna 2, Shohei 2, Judge 2, Raleigh 1, Marte 1, Tucker 2, Rodriguez 1, Ramirez 1, Freddie Freeman 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13 hitter respins used by the 2025s. Brothers 2, White 1, Browning 2, O'Neill 2, Thompson 1, Kelly 1, Glasscock 1, Anson 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, 13 respins to 12 respins on the batters. Here's the big thing that happened. This card right here ruled when these guys struck out. When these guys over here struck out, these guys over here gained. He starts the game with 3 respins. He ends the game with 3 respins. He starts the game with 17 pips. He lost 10 pips, and he still has 8 left. He lost 9 pips, but he still has 8 left. And he gained some, with double plays, caught stealings. He gained pips back. He gained respins, 2 respins in 1 inning by striking out the side on 10s. He didn't strike it out on Ks because he didn't have much. He didn't have much of a K. What a ball game! Now, do I want to play? Here's the choice. Do I want to play another game with these guys? And the answer is, I don't think so. This matchup is good, but the 2020 team is very, very predictable. And I'm not really sure that they're that much fun to use unless you just spin the batter, hit a homer, spin the batter, walk. And that to me that didn't ruffle my feathers, it just didn't excite me like the 1880s team. I'd love to use them again. And as it goes on, when we get to open play, after we've gone through about 5 or 6 months of this and we get to open play, you can pick the 2 teams that you want to use. And I think I want to use them again. I love that S13, S14. Look at this card. I didn't even use that card. That's their best pitcher. He's an S15 plus 4 respins. Oh, that's almost 20 pips. You're never going to knock this guy. These guys finish what they start. You put a good starting pitcher in on this team right here, especially if you just use them with let's say you put them in the 1899 superset or something like that, and they're an S15 plus 4, S14 plus 3, whatever, and they're playing against their peers, you're never going to knock these guys out of a game. You're never going to knock them out of a game. If I'm not playing against tons and tons of respins, I don't even warm up anybody in the bullpen. I take the day off, have a few grogs, and call it a night. You know what I'm saying? These 2 teams, though, I'll tell you, the blue, I'm just not enamored with the 2025s. They just don't have the well-rounded ability that makes the other team, that puts pressure on the other team. Now, I could be wrong. My son Gentry is playing this, and he's got it the other way around, mainly because he uses his pitching a little different. I wanted to see Paul Skeens go old school, though. That's where I was. I left Paul Skeens to go into the 6th or 7th inning, whatever it was, when I took him out. I wanted to see him just because he's supposed to be the guy. Hey, Tim Keefe kicked your ass, Paul. Tim Keefe kicked your tail end. And Tim Keefe is their number 2 guy, but I've got Clarkson as their closer. If I have to bring in a bullpen, Clarkson's my guy. So anyway, great ball game. It was in question for about 5, 6 innings. And then that big inning, that eruption where they just kept going and burning respins and burning respins and burning respins, pitcher respin, batter respin, that made the game. Yeah, it took a little while to play, but I think 1 game's enough for these 2 teams. I'm good. I had a good time with it, and I hope you did too. So let's talk about the Star Power Challenge for next month. I think Gentry said it's going to be the 1920s against the 1960s, either the 20s or the 30s against the 1960s, and I'll be anxious to play that. So this video is over right now as far as the game goes. You guys want to know what's new for Star Power Baseball? The rule book has been updated to include links. So if you want to buy the rule book on a flash drive, I think it's $15, you will get the ability to click on the table of contents, go right to that page, click on the index, go right to that item right there. It's that simple. The catalog's also done that way. We just came out with the 1995 All-Stars, We just came out with the entire full regiment of teams of decades. The 2025 rookies are out. They are out at 24 cards. Don't know how many in each league, don't care. Just made the 24 best rookies of the year, and you'll see them in there. Fantastic set to have. New games, man, I just made a new game just today for Mike Hieronymo's brother. It'll be coming back to me probably in the next few days from the printer. You know, if you want those custom game boards, they're available. Enough commercials? Enough of that, right? Okay. Guys, I know you don't see my face. Let me make Dennis bigger then. Here you go. Dennis is right here. Let's go here. And scoot me over a little bit. All right. I don't know what else to tell you. I had a good time playing the game. I hope you enjoyed what I did. I hope you learned a few things about the rules. And if I skipped an inning, tough, okay? Sometimes I lose track. I get excited. I'm talking to you, man. There's nothing better than talking to you and drinking a black cherry IBC root beer, you know, black cherry soda, natural sugar, pure cane sugar in these things. In other words, they're not good for you, but they're better than the alternative, which, you know, never mind. Hey, it's enough advertising for IBC. They don't even pay me to do that. Get in touch with me if you need to at starpowerbaseball@hotmail.com, or you can IM me on our Facebook page, Star Power Baseball. Please subscribe to this channel, like us, leave comments, and hey, remember, dice are nice, but the spin is in. Till next time, thanks for watching.